Oil expenses rise in advance of ability huge U.S. rate hike. Singapore oil costs rose on Thursday, with Brent breaking above $100 a barrel, as traders weighed tight resources in opposition to the possibility of a huge U.S. rate hike that would stem inflation and shrink crude demand. Brent crude futures for September climbed 68 cents, or 0.7%, to $100.25 a barrel by means of 0400 GMT after settling beneath $100 for the second one-directly consultation on Wednesday. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude for August shipping turned into at $96.85 a barrel, up 55 cents, or 0.6%, after rising 46 cents in the preceding consultation. Oil expenditures have tumbled in the past 2 weeks on recession concerns, notwithstanding a drop in crude and refined products exports from Russia amid Western sanctions and delivery disruption in Libya. It is all sentiment pushed in the interim, and that has induced most of the losses seen in oil markets over the previous few weeks, said Howie Lee, an economist at Singapore's OCBC financial institution. I don't see any sizable changes in oil supply fundamentals, and that might be why we still see Brent holding around the $100 degree. The U.S. Federal Reserve is visible ramping up its battle with 40-year excessive inflation with a supersized 100 foundation points rate hike this month after a grim inflation report confirmed rate pressures accelerating. The Fed rate hike is predicted to comply with a similar Marvel move by way of the Bank of Canada on Wednesday. Investors additionally flock to the greenback, often seen as a secure haven asset. The greenback index hit a 20-year excessive on Wednesday, which makes oil purchases extra highly priced for NANU's customers. USD. Worries of COVID-19 curbs in a couple of Chinese cities to rein in new instances of a particularly infectious subvariant has additionally stored a lid on oil expenditures. China's day-by-day crude oil imports in June sank to their lowest due to the fact that July 2018, as refiners anticipated lockdown measures to scale back demand, customs facts showed on Wednesday. Meanwhile, U.S. President Joe Biden will on Friday fly to Saudi Arabia, wherein he'll attend a summit of Gulf allies and phone for those allies to pump greater oil. However, spare capacity at the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries is walking low, with maximum of the producers pumping at maximum ability, and doubt exists as to how a good deal extra Saudi Arabia can carry into the marketplace fast. Data from the U.S. Energy Information Administration additionally point to slackening call for with product provided slumping to 18.7 million barrels, in keeping with its lowest seeing that June 2021. Crude inventories rose, strengthened via another massive launch from strategic reserves. We had constantly anticipated demand to combat inside the wake of sky-high product expenditures, stated Caroline Bain, chief commodities economist at Capital Economics in a Observe. But the scale of the weekly drop indicates that it may be a one-off and can, at the least in part, opposite in the coming weeks, Bain added.